All right, fourth graders, for this lesson, we are looking at lesson 14, unit 7, week 1, comparing and contrasting the two stories that you read this week. And now, if you remember at the very beginning of the week when we started with the open road, I explained in one of my videos that this unit is about how communities evolve, right? How communities change over time. So both of the stories, the open road and the Dustbowl refugees this week, are about historical events that changed communities and they changed how people were connected. Because in the open road, the Route 66 changed how people were able to get around, and they were able to go to new different places easily for the first time. And Dustbowl refugees changed how communities were connected because many people had to leave their homes and travel to brand new places for the first time. So we are going to think how both of these texts that brought people from different parts of the country together, or maybe separated them, how these texts are the same and how they are different. So first I want us to think, what did these two stories have in common? Well, both of them were about both stories were about how people traveled to different parts of the country, okay? And then traveling by, so how did they get to the different parts of the country? Well, they all were traveling by car, okay? So those are really the two most important things that these two stories have in common, is that they're both about people moving, communities changing. You could even add that as a third one if you wanted to, about how communities changed and people are connected. I'll let you do that on your own. Now the differences, I'm not going to type it for you because I want you to listen and think. So the first difference that you can think about is the time period. So think about, when did Route 66 happen? And Model T Fords, like what period of time was that, from what to what? And hint, there's a timeline in both of these stories. And then for Dustbowl refugees as well, what was the time period? So this covers a certain amount of time and this covers a different amount of time. That's a difference. Another difference is the big event in each story. So in the open road, the big event was that Model Ts were made for the first time, which led to people doing what? That they'd never done before. Think on your own and write. People were able to blank for the first time because of Model Ts. And then the difference in Dustbowl refugees, the big event that's different was not that something was made or mass produced, but it was a weather event that caused something to happen, right? What was the weather event or something to not happen that led people to move and to travel? Okay, so I want you to think and write those differences on your own. Go back in the stories and see what you annotated. So time period and the big event of each story. Those are the two differences. Okay, all right, see you next time.